Alright, we're going to go ahead and draw a couple lines here before we start the video, just so that there's a little bit of flow and it's not just a bunch of rambling nonsense on board. BSG Training, we wanted to go ahead and make a video about what the Open's going to look like for 3 different paths. We're going to kind of define each path and talk about what each path is going to focus on leading up to the Open and then through the Open. Just so that we can kind of hit everything in a nutshell, everything globally, and then we'll go more specifically after that. Stage 1 is the Open, so when I refer to Stage 1, it's the Open, which is going to take place from March 11th to March 29th. Unlike previous years, and we're just going to kind of go over some things that we've already talked about, they've told us what equipment we're going to need in order to be successful or be able to participate in the Open. A single dumbbell, barbell and weights, a pull-up bar, a box, and a jump rope. So now as we start in later parts of this video starting to figure out what people's specific goals are, we can start to figure out what we need most exposure at, depending on where your fitness is currently at. Alright, repeat path. This is going to be the most populated path as far as athletes go leading up to and through the Open. Who is this path for? This path is going to be for anybody who's never been inside the top 10%. How can we figure out if you've ever been inside the top 10%? There's no old, or to the best of my knowledge, there's no old Open leaderboards that you can go to the continent that you're on and look at a continental leaderboard, if you will. But the United States is pretty heavily populated. If you go to previous years and you look at the total people that are in the United States, and then you look at where you finished, were you inside the top 10% or within arm's length? If the answer is yes, okay, then you have a high probability of being there again. If the answer is no, and if there was a large gap, that answers that question. We've never been inside the top 10%. If this is your first Open, you'll probably be in this path as well. And if you're missing any skills, so basically I'm not yet an RX athlete, I'm probably an intermediate athlete. I do intermediate bacon beatdown, I do intermediate local events or scaled local events. This is going to be your path. The goal of this path, am I talking too fast? Okay. The goal of this path is going to be to do as good as possible in Stage 1, which is the Open, and to try to get as many people as possible outside of Stage 1 and into Stage 2. The way that there's going to be 3 ways that we make sure that we can set ourselves up for success. Number 1 is going to be scheduling. So I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but and I'll post the schedule on all our social media as well. I have a Monday through Sunday schedule right here, and this is what your training schedule is going to start to look like. And when the first Open workout gets released, this is what that repeat path is going to look like. Monday, We'll start on Thursday, March 11th. Thursday, March 11th, you're going to be resting. Friday, you're going to test the Open workout. Saturday, you'll recover. Sunday, you'll rest. Monday, you'll retest. Tuesday is going to be another active recovery day, so Tuesdays and Saturdays are going to be active recovery days. Wednesday is going to be some light touches on what we believe the next Open workout might look like. Another rest day Thursday, and then boom, we're right back in the cycle for week number 2 and then week number 3. I know this seems like a lot of rest and recovery, but that's what has to happen here in order to try to get us to overreach what we might be capable of, or to live up to all of our capabilities in getting out of Stage 1 and being inside that top 10%. Now, starting on Monday, what did you say that Monday was?
March 11th.
No.
Oh no, it's 22nd.
February 22nd, which is next Monday. The focus on this group's training, not a lot of ring stuff, no muscle ups, not a lot of machines. We'll still do some machine work just as tools in order to get our heart rate up, in order to get certain stimulus in. And there's going to be a limited strength component. And I know it's going to be really weird because we do a lot of strength work here, but what we know is that there's not going to be a lot of heavy shit. So if our goal right now, bacon beatdown aside, all these other events and competitions, our general fitness aside, if our goal is to get inside of this top 10%, we don't really need to be lifting very heavy right now, and that's what this group's going to look like. We're going to be doing a lot of single dumbbell work because we know that's going to be in there. We're going to be doing a lot of high probability movements, things that are on the pull-up bar, are on a box, or on a jump rope, are with a barbell and some light weights. And 2 times a week on Mondays and Fridays, to get us used to the schedule, we're going to be doing Open style testers, just so that by the time week 1 comes around, that new schedule isn't a new thing for you. All right, so that's the repeat path.
Alright guys, we're going to be talking about path number 2 when it comes to the open. Repeat path plus the class. This is going to be for our members that are doing the open, they want to do well, they're here every day but they only have a little bit of extra time to spend. This is where you're going to put your time in, guys. You're going to have about 10 to 15 minutes of accessory work. Could be in an EMOM, kind of about the things that Alex talked about before with some dumbbells. We could be talking about some pull-ups. You're going to be working on double unders and just skill sets that you may need to have you do much better in the open than you may have done to begin with. You're already going to be signed up for the open, right? So 10 to 15 minutes of extra work plus the class. This doesn't keep you in the gym for hours on end like some of our members are doing. It'll really help you guys to do your very best in the open and make you feel a little bit more confident in the meantime.
The Uno path, which is my attempt at being creative and cute. The one and done path, Uno y litro path. Okay. So who's going to be inside? Who's going to be following this path starting on Monday? If you've been in the top 10% in the open before in the United States, then you're going to be on this path. If you have no serious holes in your game, you're going to be on this path. If you're uncertain, if you're watching this video and you're already on our WOD Up page and you're uncertain about where you fall and you want to message one of the coaches and ask, or pull us aside and ask where you think you fall, where we think you fall, we can also have that conversation with you. But for this one and done path, doesn't really need to give too many cares. That was my attempt at not cursing. Too many fucks about the open, because chances are these guys can probably one and done the open, slide through it. Maybe if they mess up a workout, they have to repeat something one time, whatever. But they're going to be able to slide into the top 10% with limited to no problems. Where their season, their game season is really going to start is with semifinals. So while these people over here in the video that we just touched on with the repeat path, they need to be peaked out ready to go for the open. These guys need to be peaked out ready to go for a semifinal. So stage 2 is where these guys are going to really make their money. As far as the training schedule for this Uno path goes, Monday through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, train just like we do. Thursday, rest. Friday, we're going to test. Saturday, we're going to recover. Sunday, we're going to rest. And then we're going to repeat for 3 total weeks. That's going to change drastically for those of us that end up qualifying for stage 2. It's going to look a lot more like this repeat path, because at stage 2 we're going to probably want to be retesting a couple things here and there. While these guys aren't going to be peaked out for this date, they're going to be peaked out for the semifinal date. We're still going to have a lot of touches on open movements. We don't want to neglect things that we know are going to be there. That would be irresponsible of us. But from what it looks like and what their descriptions of what semifinals is going to entail, it looks like semifinal workouts is going to be like what old open workouts were. You know, 8 to 20 minute time frame, high skill gymnastics, probably rings, heavier weight, probably some type of ladder or a 1 rep max type component under fatigue. So old open style workouts, meaning previous to 2021, is what these guys are really going to try to get good at during the next 5 weeks, so that they can be peaked out ready to go for semifinals. So again, if you're uncertain about where you fall, ask one of the coaches or write comments on the water cooler page so that we can try to figure out which path is going to best suit you.